Welcome to RC Tacos. I'm Taco, and I'm here to do a review on the 15-pound Hot Racing springs. So, originally I had the e-revo Hot Racing 19-pound springs, but I put the 15-pound springs because what was happening is that they were too tense, so it wasn't absorbing the turn. So what was happening is the e-revo was flipping over, and it flipped over about 8 times when I had the 19-pound springs. So what I decided to do is I put in downsize down to the 15-pound chrome preloaded rally springs. These are the e-revo 1595s. And when I did that, I took it out and it actually worked great. I only flipped it over a couple of times, and that was because of me. That was not because of the springs. So the springs were perfect. For those who don't know, the reason I did this was because I put a steel plate back here, and the steel plate has a mount for my GoPro. So I have that, I have my GoPro case, and then I also have the GoPro that goes inside. So that weighed it down a bit. So when I had my original suspension, it was bringing it down quite a bit. So the bottom skid plate tore up a few times, and I also broke the differential casing. But with this new setup, it seems to work really well. So if anybody has any questions about the 15-pound chocks, when you have a little bit extra weight like a camera like I do, this is the perfect solution. I've not tested it without the plate, but because usually when I go out, I like to film just to see if I can get some cool action shots. But that's my review on that. It works well. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below. And if you like my review, or if you have any questions, or if you like what I'm doing here with these videos, just don't forget to like and subscribe. So hit the like button. Okay, so now that we've gone past that and you've hit the like button, the next thing we're going to talk about is the links. So I went over to our good friends at robsrchobbies and I purchased some rod ends. And the reason is because when I jumped my e-revo, one of the links broke out. So if you look here, it actually didn't break, but what happened is that the rod ends, it pulled right out, so it stripped that rod end. So I went over to Rob's Hobbies and purchased these here. Part number is 8647, and the reason I got them from these guys is because they have free shipping. So he is an eBay seller, and part is $9.68, free shipping. I got it within a few days. So if you're interested in just buying some parts, recommend Rob's Hobbies because there's no charge for your shipping. I went over to the Traxxas website and I was going to purchase it directly from those folks down there, but the problem is that I think they had something like $5 shipping, so somehow Rob's able to make it work. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and just take up one of the tires to be able to access that rod end. And there's, on these rockers, there's a screw here I got to remove, so I'm going to take that one off first. And then on the back of that, there's also a screw right here that you got to pull out. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull him off. So the screw I just pulled off was right there. It's the one in the center. And the rod just basically pulls out of the rocker just like that. So here's the rod, and here's the rod end. And what happened was that it looks like it just stripped it out. So I jumped it. I took it. It was about a 3-foot hill. I jumped the e-revo, landed on the rear tire, and I'll include that footage on the video at the very end. And it looks like it pulled it right out. So here's the new parts. These are the Traxxas 8647. So essentially these are really easy to replace. All you do is you grab one of these and essentially screw it in place. It looks like when it stripped it out, actually left some residue in there. Yep, it left a little bit of plastic residue, so it's not screwing in. I'm just going to pull that right off. And that rod end right up. Okay, there we go. So I'll get my pliers, just stick it right through this hole and just turn it around, spin it. And then once it's flush, that's pretty much it, it's done. So now that I got my rod end in, I'm gonna go ahead and get this put back onto the Revo. So I'm gonna start with the rocker. I'll just put this right through here because that's how it's gonna go. It's gonna go through one of the arms, the upper arm. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this in the center. So there's 3 holes here on the lower arm, and I'm going to align that toward the center hole. Here. The camera plate is actually, it serves another purpose. It's like a handle. So as I'm screwing it in, I can hold on to it from the camera mount. So just if you guys are interested in some of these mounts, I might be able to talk to my friend Mondo and have him construct a few others, just if you want to do video footage or something. But that's pretty much it. It's in. So now that I got the rod in, there it is. It's tied back into the cantilever suspension, so we'll just get our tire in. And that's it. Done. So now it's ready for a batch. And if you guys have any suggestions on the rods here, on the type of upgrades I can do to help prevent this kind of a thing, just leave a comment below in the link. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.
Oh, that blazer.
Do I like this one?
Damn, it even has the headlights.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, they got the headlights on there. I was
Man.
wondering about that.
Did you see that? It even has the little marker lights on the sides. The little orange.
Mhm.
That's really nice.
Dude, that's nice.
I mean, it almost looks like the real thing right there.
Yep.
With a blazer.
Yeah.
Man, that's nice. I almost wanted to buy it, like, maybe I should do that. Buy like a used blazer, like a project one, and start fixing it up.